Welcome, and let this peaceful story carry you gently into sleep. Bluebell and Bellflower, a tale of understanding. This story is about a young girl named Bluebell, who meets a wise gnome named Bellflower, and through their friendship, they learn the value of understanding each other's worlds. In a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and blooming meadows, lived a young girl named Bluebell. Her name was as fitting as could be, for she had an air of delicate charm and a heart pure as the azure sky. She adored the wonders of nature, with forests, rivers, and flowers being her utmost delight. One day, while wandering deeper into the forest than she'd ever dared before, Bluebell stumbled upon a tiny clearing filled with the soft glow of sunlight filtering through the leaves. There in the middle stood a house barely the size of her hand, carved from a single mushroom and adorned with acorn decorations. Curiosity piqued, she knelt down to get a closer look. As if sensing her presence, a tiny door creaked open, and out stepped Bellflower, a gnome as old as the forest itself, yet full of youthful vigor. He wore a coat made of stitched leaves and a hat resembling a flower bud. His eyes sparkled with ancient wisdom and a touch of mischief. "Hello, human," Bellflower greeted, tipping his hat politely. "Fine, Bellflower. And who might you be, wandering so deeply into these woods?" "I'm Bluebell," she replied warmly, leaning down. "I love exploring nature, and today it brought me to you." Bellflower smiled broadly. A fellow admirer of nature. "Come, sit with me and let us share the wonders of our worlds." For hours, Bluebell and Bellflower sat together, sharing stories of their lives. Bluebell spoke of the vast fields and the animals she befriended, while Bellflower recounted tales of the forest, describing how the trees whispered secrets to each other and the flowers sang at dawn. The more they shared, the more they understood each other's worlds. Bellflower learned of human customs, their joys, and their struggles, while Bluebell realized how interconnected the forest truly was, each creature and plant playing a role in its harmonious symphony. As twilight embraced the forest, Bluebell hesitated to leave. "Will I ever see you again, Bellflower?" He nodded, assured. "The forest is always here, as am I. Whenever you seek understanding or friendship, just return, and you will find me." With a heart full of warmth and wisdom, Bluebell returned to her village, forever cherishing the bond she'd formed with Bellflower. From that day on, she often ventured into the woods to visit him, each time learning more about the delicate balance of nature and the significance of understanding different worlds. The girl's name became synonymous with compassion and unity, while the gnome's wisdom was said to be felt in the rustling leaves and the blooming flowers. And so, in the heart of the forest and the village alike, the tale of Bluebell and Bellflower became a cherished story of understanding, passed down through generations. Here, my just another tale to ease you closer to sleep. Daisy and Lotus, a tale of connection. Ciao. This story is about the special bond and connection formed between a girl named Daisy and a raccoon named Lotus. In a quaint little village surrounded by fields of blooming wildflowers, lived a girl named Daisy. Her home was a charming cottage, with ivy creeping up its walls, and a garden filled with roses, tulips, and sunflowers. Every day, Daisy tended to her garden, speaking to the plants and humming melodies that she swore helped them grow taller and brighter. One early evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, Daisy heard a rustling sound behind the rose bushes. Curiously, she tiptoed closer and found a fluffy, wide-eyed raccoon with a soft ringed tail. The raccoon looked up at her, seemingly unafraid but cautious. "Hello there," Daisy whispered gently, her voice filled with warmth. "What brings you to my garden?" The raccoon tilted its head, as if understanding her words. Daisy decided to call him Lotus, after the beautiful flower that symbolized purity and enlightenment. Slowly but surely, she offered him a piece of bread from her pocket. From that day forward, Daisy and Lotus formed an unspoken bond. Each evening, Lotus would visit the garden, and Daisy would share stories of her day and leave little treats for Lotus to enjoy. Their connection deepened as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months. One summer night, a fierce storm rolled through the village. The winds howled, lightning cracked through the sky, and rain poured down in relentless sheets. Daisy worried deeply for her friend, Lotus, wondering if he had a safe place to take shelter. She decided to brave the storm and search for him. With a lantern in hand, Daisy pushed through the torrential rain, calling out for Lotus. Her heart pounded with fear and determination. Finally, near the edge of the forest, she found him huddled beneath a large oak tree, shivering and soaked. "Oh, Lotus, I'm so glad I found you," Daisy exclaimed as she gently came up and wrapped him in her shawl. Together, they made their way back to the cottage, where she dried him off and provided a warm spot by the hearth. As the storm raged outside, Daisy and Lotus found comfort in each other's presence. She sat by the fire, gently stroking his fur, and humming the familiar melodies that she sang to her garden. Lotus, now safe and warm, looked up at Daisy with what she believed was gratitude in his eyes. From that night on, Lotus no longer just visited the garden, he became a permanent resident of the cottage. Daisy and Lotus's bond continued to flourish, a beautiful testament to the power of connection. They spent their days exploring the village, helping neighbors, and nurturing the garden that initially brought them together. In the heart of that quaint little village, the story of Daisy and Lotus became a cherished tale of how genuine kindness and the willingness to embrace others can lead to unbreakable bonds. The cottage, with ivy-covered walls and a blooming garden, remained a symbol of their enduring friendship and the simple, profound joy of connection. Now, let's continue with another soft tale. A Tilly and Flower, a late adult of friendship. This story is about the deep friendship between a Tilly and a unicorn named Flower, teaching the enduring power of love and kindness to create a lasting legacy. Ophelia lived in a quaint village, surrounded by meadows of daisies and roses. Her heart was as bright as the sunflowers swaying in the breeze, constantly yearning for adventure. Among the whispering trees and blooming fields, she often dreamt of discovering something extraordinary that would not only change her life but leave a lasting legacy. Flower, the unicorn, was as ethereal as the silver moonlight that bathed the forests at night. Her coat shimmered with the colors of wildflowers, and her mane danced like 1,000 sparkles in the wind. Flower could blend into nature flawlessly, appearing almost invisible, unless one's heart was true and filled with wonder. Most villagers spoke of Flower as a legend, a tale told to children at bedtime. But Ophelia knew in her heart that Flower was real. She had seen glimpses of her in the forest, and she felt the profound connection to the elusive creature. One evening, the sky was painted with the hues of twilight, and Ophelia ventured into the forest. The world grew silent as if holding its breath. She called out gently, "Flower, I know you are out there. Please come to me." Moments later, Flower emerged from the shadows, her presence serene and powerful. The two shared a silent gaze, and in that moment, an unbreakable bond of friendship was forged. Over time, Ophelia and Flower explored the world together. They laughed under the canopy of stars, danced through fields of lavender, and whispered their dreams to the ancient oaks. Where taught Utilia the secrets of the forest, the language of the flowers, and the magic of the universe. Utilia, in turn, shared her stories, her songs, and her unyielding belief in the goodness of life. As seasons changed, Utilia grew older, and their adventures took on a deeper meaning. She realized that true legacy wasn't about discovering new lands or becoming famous. It was about the love and kindness they had shared, the memories they had created, and the impact they had on each other's lives. A flower had shown her that the simplest when Utilia passed away, the village mourned deeply. However, they also celebrated the incredible tales of her adventures with Flower. Utilia had become a symbol of hope, courage, and the beauty of an extraordinary life. Flower, with a heavy heart, stayed at the edge of the village, her shimmering presence a reminder of the bond they had shared. Years later, when children walked through the forest, they claimed to hear the whispers of Utilia and Flower, their voices harmonizing with nature. The legacy of their friendship lived on, inspiring generations to come. The village had forever changed, wrapped in the gentle magic of a Kawaii and Flower's eternal bond. And in the heart of every child, there bloomed a belief that true friendship could create legacies more beautiful than the rarest of flowers. Another story awaits to ease your night. Sweet Pea and the Celebration with King Witch Easter. This story is about the heartwarming celebration of the Great Spring Festival in a small village, where a kind witch named Aster helps Sweet Pea and her friends with her magical abilities. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, lived a girl named Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea was known for her bright smile, kind heart, and her love for animals. Her name fit her perfectly, as she was as sweet and delicate as the blossoms of the sweet pea flower. In the same village, there was a wise and kind witch named Esther. Esther looked after the villagers with her gentle magic, always ready to lend a hand or a bit of enchantment when needy. Esther's garden was a marvel to behold, filled with every flower imaginable, each one vibrant and alive with magic. Of her favorite was the aster flower, which she had planted by the hundreds in a colorful sweep throughout her garden. The asters, with their starlight blooms, seemed to reflect the twinkle in Aster's eyes. One fine spring day, the village buzzed with excitement and anticipation. It was the day of the Great Spring Festival, an annual celebration that brought joy to everyone. The villagers gathered in the village square, decorated with ribbons, lanterns, and flowers, the air filled with the mingled scents of freshly baked pastries and blooming flowers. Sweet Pea had been looking forward to this day for months. She and her friends had worked hard to prepare a special surprise for everyone, lovely, a grand dance performance. But there was one problem. Their costumes were not yet ready, and time was running out. Hearing about the dilemma, Aster appeared at the village square, with a twinkle in her eye, and a knowing smile. "Worry not, Sweet Pea," she said gently. "I have just the thing." With a wave of her wand and a few enchanting words, Aster transformed simple fabric into beautiful, shimmering costumes adorned with patterns of flowers and stars. Their vibrant hues and intricate designs made everyone gasp in wonder. With the costumes sorted, the festival continued in full swing. Sweet Pea and her friends performed their dance, a beautiful display of grace and coordination. Laughter and cheers filled the air as villagers watched in delight. But the surprises were not over yet. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the sky darkened to a canvas of twilight blue. Aster stepped forward once more. Raising her wand high, she murmured an incantation that sent sparkles into the sky. Put into a brilliant display of magical fireworks, each burst lighting up the sky in myriad colors and shapes. There were flowers of light, stars that twinkled and danced, and even glowing animals that seemed to come to life for a few moments. The villagers stood in awe, their faces illuminated by the dazzling display. Miss Sweet Pea's heart swelled with happiness. She looked over at Aster, who caught her eye and gave her a warm, knowing smile. This was a celebration that would be remembered for years to come, not just for the wonderful sights and sounds, but for the love and kindness that made it possible. As the night drew to a close, Sweet Pea approached Aster. "Thank you so much," she said softly. "This has been the best festival ever." Aster winked and replied, "Remember, my dear Sweet Pea, kindness and love are the greatest magic of all." And so, with hearts full and spirits lifted, the villagers returned to their homes, forever grateful for the enchanting kindness of the witch named Aster. Until next time, sleep well and sweet dreams.